What is up YouTube, and welcome to this Stargirl video as we head into part 1 of the finale episode, which was a really great episode, and I was so engrossed I didn't notice the episode was almost over, which was a shame. Just as it really got going, it ended, which I did kind of not like, but the finale is a week away and I only didn't like it because I was so engrossed. Before we dive into the video, please do consider subscribing with notifications on if you enjoyed the video, and drop a like if you did like the episode. You can check out our Discord too, which is also in the description. So we start off with the countdown to the big plan. Icicle wants to control the rest of the world, or at least 100 million people. Sportsmaster and Tigress are sent to take down Stargirl and her family, and the attack in the US will be masked by the Russians. Brainwave will program the minds of the centre of the country to think just like the ISA do, and they will secede from the US, essentially causing a civil war. How very apt for 2020. Courtney and the family start to leave as Mike is still left in the dark about what the hell has been going on the entire season, with tensions between Mike and Pat reaching boiling point as Sportsmaster has turned up. The acting here was so very good, and the dude who plays Sportsmaster is personable but genuinely chilling. I do wonder how Pat was actually a hero in the Seven Soldiers, as he doesn't seem great at fighting, and Barbara has been attacked by Tigress and gets shanked by the staff. Tigress is immensely unlikable and doesn't seem to have any redeemable features. The CGI on the staff looks really cool as it keeps trying to save everyone there as Tigress fights Courtney and Sportsmaster sees the huge robot, and it does shock me that Mike wasn't actually shown this earlier, as I would have thought this would be something they could work on together. But Sportsmaster gets a drill to the back and the old wrench to the face, just as Tigress gets knocked out with the mother-daughter combo. This shows how far they've come since their last encounter, or their first encounter with these two, and I love how the robot is turned on using a Motorola Razr. Icicle's parents console Icicle that Barbara would have been a bad wife, and it's finally time to tell his son what the truth is. But he reaches out to Bowen, and Bowen's son is actually being bullied and reveals that his father was a stone cold killer, hinting towards Isaac following in his father's footsteps. Icicle will die, I expect, and his grandfathers will tell his actual son about his birthright, and he would then possibly unite Isaac, Bowen and Cindy to form a new ISA in Season 2. JSA arrive at the cabin just as Sir Justin comes in clutch with a KFC, and the robot turns up and Brainwave talks to his son's ex just about his son, and she blames Brainwave for being in a coma. He drops the bomb that her father actually hates her and sees her as a failed experiment. None of the ISA like her and actually want her. I kind of feel a redemption arc is coming here, but to be honest, she has wanted to prove her father wrong the whole time. So maybe she will, like I said, join the younger versions of the ISA. Ito and Brainwave actually head to the machine, which looks like the first version of Cerebro from the X-Men, but there is a risk that Brainwave could be brain dead, but he doesn't care. I'm sorry for the awful pun there, but maybe in the finale, just as this is going on, they turn it off, he does then become brain dead. The CGI in this show is on another level, and I do worry about the production values when Season 2 goes to the CW, as the Arrowverse has some of the worst CGI of all time. Now, Brainwave uses his powers to rewrite others' brains in his test, and it does look like she was still sucking as he was going crazy. But, well, this was just a test. Brainwave is even more powerful after his son's death, seemingly confirming that Henry Jr. is actually dead now. But I just expect a return, but that's just like a 1% chance. I hope for there. Midnight's father was actually investigating the ISA, and he thinks his dad knew what they were doing in Blue Valley, just as Sir Justin helps him work out the equation, but then goes to actually work out the bathroom mess instead. Now, at this time I thought it would be something dumb, and how right I was. Finally, Mike talks to Courtney about the staff, and Mike wonders if it would have picked him if he found it first. To be honest, Mike is more like his dad, so he would be more the second generation Stripesy, if anything, just like the comics. Tigress and Sportsmaster debrief as Bowen turns up, and she's been sent there to make sure they actually succeed, but she gets killed as she questions their parental skills. And the violin is left there in the Whitmore Duggins house. I expect Isaac to find that later on, as he is actually the real fiddler in the comics, and this is either setting it up for the next episode or more likely next season, as the Shade is going to appear and he may actually start to bolster the ISA with the new class. Pat reveals that if he told Barbara everything, well, she would have been at risk, as Starman's parents actually died, and even their contact within the FBI did as well. And Pat and Midnight finally work out the hidden equation in Rick's father's book. I said it'd be something dumb, and yes, it actually was. They now have a map of the tunnels under Blue Valley, leading right towards Dr. Ito and his Cerebro machine. Poor old Mike is relegated to looking after the dog, which he seems to lap up, to be honest. And the shots of the robot alongside Stargirl looked very, very cool, and I keep getting amazed by the production values of this show. The ISA's plan is the new constitution, and seemingly they want to eliminate all racism, prejudice, and actually want to have solar power and universal healthcare, which is actually a good thing. However, the way they're doing it is by reprogramming people's minds. And, well, the problem is 25 million people of those would die as the gambler hacks Midnight's glasses, and they only have 30 minutes to actually stop the broadcast, as all adults are now being reprogrammed. Brainwave does actually have control of Pat and the robot now, which looks like it's going to be an interesting fight between the pair. And really, I like the episode. It doesn't necessarily seem like 2 episodes. It seems like probably one half of an 80-minute longer single episode, which I don't mind, as the episode was great, and next episode is the finale, so we've only really got a week to wait. If I had to wait an entire summer or something for the next season, that would kind of grate a bit with me. However, next week's synopsis says Project New America, as the Injustice Society of America come one step closer to accomplishing their mission. Courtney and the JSA face off with Icicle and the villains of the ISA. So not a great deal there, but we do have some images of the entire surviving ISA facing off against the JSA. I expect some sort of cliffhanger, to be honest here, be it Icicle or Isaac kind of seeing their parents dead or being killed and carry on the mantle. And to be honest, I do expect maybe a Seven Soldiers or JSA character to appear, hoping it could be Starman, but I really don't see Joel McHale be going or signing on to be a whole season on the CW whatsoever. But it would be nice if he did actually return and kind of confirm to, and kind of actually pass the baton or staff there over to Courtney herself. But let me know what you think in the comments down below. Did you like the episode? Drop a like if you did. Please do subscribe with notifications on if you want more from us. And do check out our Discord down below as well. And I'll see you soon, and goodbye.